Ho, ho, ho. Hello, children. It's me, Santa Claus, here, to give you an update on your good friends, the Discheads. It appears this holiday season that the poor Discheads have been kicked out onto the street, and as such have recorded some very lousy audio quality. With some very grinchy echo and cars honking, humbug in the background, it would seem the Discheads have once again released some very mediocre content. Looks like they'll be receiving coal in their stockings this year. Alas, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. Love your old pal, Saint Nick. Ho, 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 ho.
Hello, and welcome to the Discheads podcast. I am your co-host.
Nothing Christmassy about it at all.
I was getting to that. I was leading up to... Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, Jacob.
It's me, Jacob, and alongside me, I have a fellow co-host.
Really? Who is it?
It is, I don't know, but he seems to be in the mood for the Christmas cheer, the holiday.
Oh, dude. Christmas time, it's my favorite time of year. Except, not really. It's pretty much the same time as every other. Hey, guys, it's me, Lachlan. Merry Christmas.
Did you know that Christmas only happens once a year?
No.
Surely not. I never knew that.
But it also happens in July. For some fucking reason.
I don't get that either. Wasn't that because was it like a running gag in the 50s, or was that like because like shops are all on sales during the middle of the year?
I have no idea. I don't know what the context of Christmas in July is. But we're the Discheads, and welcome to our Discmas special.
Dicksmith.
Not Dicksmith.
Our Dick Smith special.
Our Dick Smith special.
At the end of this podcast, we're going to give away a free Dick Smith.
This is an hour-long just remembrance episode as we lay Dick Smith to rest.
We lay Dick to rest.
We lay our dicks to rest.
We're not using them anymore. Speaking of which, it was November a few
months ago. It was November. That's correct, Jacob. A few months before December is November. That's what my calendar always tells me.
So we did put our dicks to rest during the month of November, but now it is Christmas time, so now we can freely coom as we like.
We can fuck to our heart's content. In fact, there is a blow-up mattress next to us, so if we want to do sometime in this episode...
Has it been used before?
I think so.
Well, in that case, what are we waiting for? So, we are going to talk about some Christmas-related things, am I right?
We are. Some Christmas-related things, some probably not Christmas-related things, but ignore the second part. It's the Christmas special. We've got so much Christmassy stuff planned, which is why neither of us have written down anything to talk about.
Well, we did brainstorm this in the green room, the room next to us.
My bedroom?
Your bedroom. Yeah. we brainstormed arm in arm as we lay on your bed.
Oh yeah, this is our second time we're doing a podcast in the same room as each other instead of hours and hours away over the magical internet.
Yes, and just for that one person who complained, or the many people who complained, I will be sitting far away from the camera and the microphone, so you won't have to listen to my ASMR mouth clicking noises.
The camera, huh?
The camera, yeah. There's a camera in here.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
There must be something wrong with your playback if you can't see video, because there's totally a camera here right now.
Look, dude, it's fucking hot. I haven't been thinking straight for like a day, so it's good.
Yeah.
The town we were in is currently on fire.
Yeah, it's the classic Christmas spirit. Like when I think Christmas, I think snow,
devastation,
fire. Yeah. President Trump getting impeached. It's just these are the things. It's just the classic staples of Christmas.
Where can I get these peaches from? I've seen no mistletoes yet. There might be one at some point. I heard if you eat them, it can be quite dangerous.
but a kiss can be. A
kiss can be dangerous if you mean it.
Thank you, Jacob.
There we go. Speaking, we're not going to be. We might be talking about some new releases in a bit, but because we haven't seen a whole lot of shit, we're just going to talk about some of our favorite Christmas movies. And if you didn't pick up on what we just said or what the reference was,
before I butchered it horrifically,
yeah, I'm very surprised. You love that movie more than I do.
I think you said the first line wrong, and it fucked up my understanding of the second line because I was like, "Fuck, I can't figure it out."
I'm always butchering the lines from that movie. I keep thinking,
mistletoe can be deadly if you eat it, but a kiss can be even deadlier if you mean it. Is that it?
I think it's A Kiss from a Rose.
I think that's different. We're talking about Batman Returns. Batman Returns, the 1992.
Yes.
Tim Burton directed, Michael Keaton starring. In my opinion, masterpiece. So Jacob arrived yesterday, and we decided. Well, actually, we had originally planned to do like a Halloween episode as well, like our famous late Halloween special last year, but time constraints have deleted that one from existence. So instead, we decided to watch Batman Returns.
We've had a very disappointing Halloween. It's no horror movies. Just well, Batman Returns is kind of dark enough to constitute both a Christmas movie and a horror movie.
It's pretty dark, and it's got a lot of creep factor to it. So I guess it could qualify.
Anything Burton-esque.
Well, hang on. Before we get into it, then, how was your Halloween? Did you do anything at Halloween?
I worked on Halloween.
You worked on Halloween?
Yeah.
I did as well. I worked till 9 p.m. Then I had a friend around for the weekend, and we watched the DC Extended Universe. What a
fucking hellhole.
We watched Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Suicide Squad, and Justice League. What a fun weekend I had. And that's why Halloween's been cancelled this year, and we're talking Christmas instead.
Cancelled plans. I mean, I guess that's... Is Halloween, you're supposed to be in pain, or you're supposed to be scared or spooked?
I think it's more the scared part than the
pain. The
pain and suffering.
You're supposed to be...
Just to watch other people suffer, not suffer yourself.
Yeah.
I
agree. It's a completely different mindset for Christmas, which is why I thought Batman Returns was the most odd Christmas movie I've seen, because it's the most simultaneously the most goofy, depressing movie I've seen all combined into one, which is a very Burton thing to do. But I don't have much history with the 90s Batman movies. I've seen most of Batman and Robin, begrudgingly. I've watched the first Batman once. Thought it was okay.
It's a classic, Jacob. I think you should revisit.
I should. Liked Jackal Nicholson.
Nixon.
Jackie Kennedy. That's my favourite part of the movie. And I've never seen Returns until yesterday. And
how about Forever?
I saw half of Forever. I don't know how it ends.
Stupidly.
Never had that much connection to those ones.
Right.
And early Warner Brothers movies. But Batman Returns was a decent surprise. I thought I was expecting one thing, and I got just... I loved it. I didn't love it, but I liked it immensely.
Okay.
I was very...
What were you expecting it to be?
I expect some goofy imagery, but I didn't expect it to be that playful.
Yeah.
It's a very playful movie. I was just expecting, like, when I heard, like, it's dark, it's gritty, blah, 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 I expected just, like...
Take itself way
too seriously. Yeah. That turns out it's not that at all. It's not like... It's not laughing at itself, but it's like... It's
But it has fun with it.
It has the right amount of... It knows when to take itself seriously in certain moments, and then be completely batshit crazy, especially with certain villains.
Mm-hmm. Just to preface, this is probably my favorite Batman movie. I know there's better Batman movies, like the Nolan trilogy it's superior, but
of course.
But I just I don't know. I have a very, very soft spot for Batman Returns. It's just a lot of fun to watch. Same as the first Batman. Batman and Batman Returns. They're just they're just on another level for me in terms of entertainment.
I was saying to you when I was watching it, I think Keaton might be my favorite Bruce Wayne / Batman. It is kind of funny, like seeing him, like when you don't see him, like, you know, poof up in a cloud of smoke and disappear. He just sort of like angrily like struts out of a scene, just like wobbles out of the scene, which is kind of funny. But like I think he sells the performance much more because, again, like with Christian Bale, he's ripped.
Yeah.
And then every other one, it's like they need like a generically handsome superhero kind of Hollywood star type, and Keaton's not that. He's just some guy. I was saying
he's just some guy.
He just looks like
he's just a rich guy.
He looks like the guy, like just like like some '80s sleazy Wall Street type. Just not necessarily like muscle bound Chad. Just sort of like just some guy. Someone's dad.
Yeah.
Like and I think that's that adds to it a little bit more because like when you look at Bruce Wayne, you genuinely wouldn't guess. If you looked at Christian Bale, you'd be like, there's something up there.
Yeah.
But
I think it's my favorite. I really like the Batmobile as well. His Batmobile looks really cool. It's got a good design. Actually, you know, say what you will about Batman vs Superman, but I actually really like that Batmobile as well. It looks fucking cool. It looks very... It's got a good combination with looking like a Batmobile and having the tanky sort of feel of the Dark Knight.
No, I agree. I just actually no, I can't remember what it looked like in Batman v Superman because I don't have this weird raging hard on for it that you do.
It's a terrible movie, but I find myself coming back to it.
Coming back to it.
There's a lot I like about it. There's a lot I hate about it, but I feel like there was a good movie in there somewhere.
Well, today, as we went around the shopping centre,
yes,
you bought a steelbook.
I did. I bought the BVS, the devious BVS steelbook.
Grievous. Thus almost completing your DCEU steelbook collection.
Shut up. Move on. Back to Batman Returns.
Okay, Batman Returns. Yeah. I agree with also what you were saying. This Selena Kyle is probably the best Selena Kyle.
Oh, easily.
One of the best. I liked her story. It was a little bit more touching than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was the right amount of goofy, but also took itself seriously when it needed to.
Yeah. So it pretty much sums up the whole movie. All the story. Like, there's bits of, like, major goof levels, but then they can suddenly pull it back and make it feel serious at the same time. And
especially rapey DeVito.
Oh, man. The sexual energy is off the charts in this movie.
Yeah, especially that one. There's weird sexual... It's an odd little family Christmas movie. You know, all packaged within like a gothic Tim Burton atmosphere. It's also some weird teen sex comedy. It's like everyone's just making innuendos, and like there's just, I don't know. It's very. That's the one thing that I thought was very bizarre about it. Like the one thing I wouldn't say I hate it. But the one thing I wasn't expecting and wasn't too sure if I was okay with, because I don't mind. Yeah, I get the Catwoman appeal, but like it was just like the Penguin's also a frustrated.
Well, he's lived down in the sewer his whole life. He wants to get some.
Rapey, incelish, like Harvey Weinstein type. Batman's just like, you know, instead of being like, you know, this confident, hey Selena, like he usually is in everyone. He's
very seduced by her charms, and he's just like, oh. She like pins him down, and he just lays there. And when she there's the classic scene where she licks his face as a kiss under the mistletoe. She licks his face, and then he licks his lips after to like taste her saliva.
And he's just sitting there going, like almost eyes rolling back,
I know.
kind of like, mouth gaping open. Like I was saying to you when we were watching it, I don't know if it's just Keaton's facial posture or the way he was acting.
Mm-hmm.
He just constantly looks like he's leaning in for a kiss, even in scenes where he's not doing anything sexual. He's like sitting at the computer screen, like Alfred, like just like big thick lips.
Big thick lips.
Same with Selena Kyle. She has those. Michelle Pfeiffer has those big fish lips.
I think every main character in this movie is fantastically cast and very well acted. So you got You got of course Michael Keaton as your Batman. You got Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. Danny DeVito as the Penguin, and
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken as an ogre named Shrek. Which a lot of people don't seem to remember is that Christopher Walken's character is named Shrek. No relation.
None at all. Spelled differently too.
Spelled differently, but in this day and age, you can't help but giggle when you see his fucking name.
Yeah.
But
weirdly enough, like everyone is going on to a certain level of over the top. Even Keaton to a certain extent. He gets nuts. But
that's the first movie.
I know.
But that's one of my favorite scenes.
Let's get nuts.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
When you go to the movies and you're like, do you want some popcorn? They're like, let's get nuts. But
there's a Facebook page that I have liked called the Michael Keaton Academy of Getting Nuts.
Everyone should get nuts. But surprisingly enough, even though Christopher Walken's character is a diabolical, over-the-top business billionaire type, he's surprisingly subdued.
Yeah. He feels threatening as well.
Yeah.
Because it's Christopher Walken's charm. He's a creepy dude.
He's like, I own a nuclear power plant, and Selena, I'm going to push you out the window. And that's... it's not as over the top or kind of stilted as Christopher Walken could have been in this kind of goofy movie. It's like, oh, he was just playing some guy, some devious guy. But other than that, can we talk about the Penguins?
Of course, we can talk about the Penguins.
Yes,
everyone knows that scene. That's not.
Which scene?
Everyone knows about the Penguins.
Oh,
It's not. I wouldn't consider it a spoiler.
So yeah,
it was an army of penguins.
Army of penguins. See, like, what would you? Like, you're a bigger nerd than me.
It's true. I am.
What? I know some people were, from what I remember, were a little disappointed with that representation of the penguin. Because from what I can gather, the penguin in the comics or even the TV show was just kind of like a short, frumpy, big-nosed tycoon type.
Yeah, it depends what you watch. He's got a bit of a mix in terms of his character. Because if you watch like even the '60s show, the penguin in there, his laugh, he goes,
you
and
bastard. You went full New Jersey on us. It's like the episode of South Park where, like, the moon comes down, they're all doing New Jersey caricatures.
Look, my best way of describing the Tim Burton movies is they're not accurate to any source material in the slightest.
Oh god, no.
Similar to like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies. Like, Spider-Man does not have organic web. That's complete just Sam Raimi.
Organic.
Oh yeah, he has orgasmic web. Like, Spider-Man doesn't have organic web, but
fair enough.
It doesn't detract from the movie.
No, it doesn't. And
it's a similar thing.
It feels more believable in that also as well. Okay, like on a weird side note.
You mean like, why is he called Spider-Man?
Yeah.
When his abilities is he gets really strong. He can climb walls, I guess, but the other thing is he just gets really strong and has like senses. Whereas it makes more sense for him to become a spider that can shoot spider web. Like,
yeah, like getting bitten by bitten by a radioactive spider just made you strong. That's a shit trade-off.
I know. I'd rather it like made me grow 8 limbs. I wouldn't. That would be horrible. But anyway, so my understanding, I guess, is, well, I have no problem with it. I think Tim Burton,
Penguin, yeah,
he just has his own, creative vision for what he likes to do. And Tim Burton has always had his very distinct style, which these days is getting old with most of his new releases.
I think he just doesn't care anymore. I don't know. Like, it's like you can definitely pick out his style, but like, there's just something kind of uninspired about it now. Mm-hmm. Just the way he tells his stories. Because like with this, and like some of his early stuff, like Ed Wood. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen Edward Scissorhands, but from what I remember, I was like, oh, this is cute. But like, it's there was passion in the storytelling. It wasn't just, oh, look at me, I'm being creepy, weird, and gothic. Yeah. Now it's the complete opposite. Mm-hmm. It's, I don't give a shit about this story.
I'm just gonna make some gothic bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
people go see it because it's Tim Burton.
He just looks jaded all the time now.
Yeah. Whereas I feel with the 2 Batman movies that he made, he had a very, very clear way he wanted to tell everything, and he was like, this is his distinct version of Batman. There's no other version of Batman like this.
Yeah.
Which is good. So I'm okay with the Penguin being less of a short mobster and being like a literal freak of nature penguin.
Almost natural penguin.
Yeah.
Which brings me back to the penguins. I don't remember like if in the comics or anything if he used penguins or whatever just for like dramatic irony.
I think he does.
He does?
I think so.
Right. Like I said, he literally has an army of penguins at his disposal that I guess were just left behind at some zoo somewhere.
Yeah, for some reason. And that's a good mix of animatronic, CG, and like live action animals. Yeah.
Because you need live action. I guess you can get live action animals at some point to do some things.
Yes.
But what I found a bit janky was like when they needed an entire legion of penguins. Fuck, I can't believe I'm saying that. An entire legion of penguins to run out. In massive scale scenes, they had CG green screened on penguins. But one thing I found kind of odd is the practical effects of the animatronics are done by Stan Winston, and I can't tell if it was a stylistic choice or anything, but there's some emperor penguins in there that are fucking massive, and they kind of, that's the one data thing, is that they kind of look like people in suits.
You think so?
Yeah, I
didn't think so.
They don't they're too big to be.
I don't know. I don't know how fucking big emperor penguins are.
They're like a meter tall, and they're taller than Danny DeVito. And Danny DeVito, I'm sure, is.
Well, he was meant to be short in the movie, though.
Yeah, but
You're taller than him.
But the fucking big penguins too. The emperor penguins are big, but they're like this big. My hand is a meter up.
I give this film a 2 out of 10. The penguins were too big.
Yeah, but that's what I'm asking. Do you reckon it was like a stylistic thing? Right? I asked you. I was like, were those big penguins obviously the little people in the suits? Were they like bodyguard mutated penguins, or
I don't know. You could say they were mutated because the whole thing was
the
the sewer was filled with toxic waste and things like that they dwelled in. So
yeah,
could well be.
That's where I was getting confused because there's the real penguins, and then there was those penguins which are based off real penguins, but they're too big to be real penguins, and I was like, are they supposed to be his bodyguards? I
just, at the end of the day, I love the fact that they were using.
Oh, I'm glad they used
it. Yeah, because I was saying to you yesterday, it's like, if this movie was made today, like by Marvel or DC, they made this kind of thing, they would use all CGI penguins. Like they would animate every single penguin. It would just feel.
To be fair, I think they would probably do that not just because the hassle, but also because the hassle of training penguins to do shit, but also animal rights lobbyists, I guess. I'm not dogging them, but it's just like it'd be hard to. Yeah, it's hard to get animal actors anymore because this is the 90s, right? Mm-hmm. They used to have movies with live orangutans. Yeah. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah, if you go to a zoo, you can't sit holding an orangutan anymore. They put the orangutan next to you to take a photo, whereas you used to be able to sit and hold it. And
did they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
This is going off on a tangent. There was a photo of my family in my house where they went to Singapore.
Lachlan was adopted by orangutans.
they went to Singapore Zoo, and there was a photo of my brother and my mum and dad holding orangutans. And I always wanted to go there. And a few years back, me and my parents, my brother's moved out at this point, me and my parents went to Singapore. We went to Singapore Zoo, and I was like, I'm going to get to hold an orangutan. And they no longer let you hold them. They sit up in a tree next to you, and they take a photo of you next to an orangutan. Whereas back in the 90s, when I was in a very famous TV show, back in the 90s, you could just sit there and hold an orangutan. So yeah.
Yeah. I think it's because also, from what I'm... Speaking of which... do you remember, not to get on another mini tangent, but you know Le Monkey. Uh-oh, Stinky.
Le Monkey, yeah.
Yes. That meme, if you ever wondered what that image came from, it's, I think it might have been Singapore or Southeast Asia somewhere. I think it's part of the reason why they probably won't let tourists hug orangutans anymore, is because they were literally, every time they did that, they were literally feeding this orangutan McDonald's. So it just got so fat.
Right.
So it was kind of that, people just didn't know any better, and they were giving this orangutan a fucking quarter pounder.
Well, surely a zookeeper should not be letting that happen.
They shouldn't be, but I don't know what's stopping them. There was a video recently of a chick jumping into a lion enclosure. Like
Sounds like a scene from The Happening.
It does. Almost. Oh, she jumped in, but she didn't jump over the barrier. She just sort of like jumped.
You know that scene, right?
I know that scene.
The dude just standing there, and the lion's ripping his arms off. He just kind of stands there looking at it.
What a wonderful movie.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, you can't. I think that's why there's a lot of CG animals nowadays, because it's hard to get away with using
fair enough
live animals anymore. Didn't mind it. I was like, I love Stan Winston.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, my boy Stan Winston.
Mm.
Good. I'm pretty sure he did the makeup as well. He's done wonderful things.
Oh yeah, great work on making Danny DeVito look as disgusting as possible.
I mean, they were halfway there. But, sorry, Danny DeVito, if you ever listen to this.
I love Danny DeVito. He's a very, very, very funny actor.
He is.
And that's why I was surprised to see him be so like gross and uncomfortable when he's usually strictly in the realms of comedy stuff.
He's kind of funny in a different way in this.
He's still funny, but you know what I mean, like
yeah, so disgusting. It's like
seeing him, and he plays a total creep. So you may be wondering, why the fuck are these guys talking about Batman Returns for so long in their Christmas special? Well, it's a Christmas movie. It is a Christmas movie. Fuck you if you think it's not. It's a Christmas movie. What's the first line of the movie, Jacob?
Despite having a small body, the bee won't...
First line of the movie is some random person on the street saying, Merry Christmas!
Yes.
Final line of the movie is Bruce Wayne saying, Merry Christmas, Alfred! Whole movie set on Christmas Eve, pretty much.
Yeah. Snowing constantly.
There's all these scenes about the big Christmas tree happening, and it's wonderfully jolly.
Yeah.
While watching all of this pain and suffering.
Well, that's exactly. Well, that's speaking of pain and suffering, the holiday blues. But I'm going to give a final rating to Batman Returns, because that's going to segue into a different topic where we talk about Christmas movies.
Christmas movies.
Or movies with Christmas in them.
Well, I've kind of already given my opinion. It's just, for me, it's my favorite. It just feels very, very, very unique. It's such a different Batman movie, and I think it's a lot of fun. I think the first two movies are just... I'm going to say it, Jacob, they don't make them like they used to. There's no other... I feel like there's no other superhero movies around that feel like the first two Batman movies.
No.
They've got their own distinct style, and I love them for that. So that's it. I say go watch Batman and Batman Returns, and you'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah. And give Batman Forever a miss, and watch Batman and Robin...
On repeat.
But make sure you're at least doing a full bag of meth.
Christmas meth.
Under the mistletoe. But I'd recommend too. Because I think we got this idea of what Batman is. And that's, it's the Batmobile, he's punching guards and shit. So I think it's good to see a Batman movie that's so different. It's not just him punching goons and the Joker setting off a bomb. It's Danny DeVito fondling a blonde woman's breast. And
that's what I want to see in my Batman movies.
And rocket-laden penguins and Selena Kyle eating floor. But it's wonderful movie, wonderfully corny. I like it.
Yeah,
would recommend.
I'm glad you liked it.
I did.
I was concerned. I wasn't sure if you would. I'm glad you did.
You were sitting there the entire time, just like eyes fixated on me, just like hands out, like please accept, accept. And I accepted it with an open heart.
Very good.
For as soon as I saw Pee Wee Herman, I was like,
Christmas movies, Jacob.
Yes.
Let's talk about some Christmas movies. What are some Christmas movies you enjoy? Have a big swig of that. Oh, hang on. Come in close. Oh my god, that's gross. I apologize to everybody for having to hear that.
Well, I apologize. Scott Morrison should apologize to the whole country at the moment for making it 40 degrees.
Welcome back to the
political podcast. Whoopsies. Christmas movies. One, I guess you could say like an ideal Christmas movie. This is one thing I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
If a movie has Christmas in it, is it a Christmas movie? Because Batman Returns isn't really necessarily about Christmas, but it's so Christmas centric.
Yeah, without Christmas, it's
hard.
It's hard.
It's like Gremlins. It's like Gremlins.
Gremlins, yes.
It's not necessarily about Christmas. It's just also set during Christmas.
But I just feel no Christmas is complete without listening to Phoebe Cates tell that fucking horrible story about her dad fucking dying in a chimney on Christmas Eve.
That's wonderful. That's a bit for a kids movie. That's just.
I would not call that a kids movie in the slightest. The fact that movie's PG shocks me.
Yeah. Like, see, when I was watching it, I was like, this seems like a kids movie.
Yeah.
But then halfway through, when we hear Phoebe Cates talking about her tragic backstory,
in all honesty,
I was like, that's very bizarre to put in a kids movie.
In all honesty, that movie fucking terrified me as a kid. It was the scariest fucking thing I had ever seen.
The Scooby-Doo 2001 was the scariest movie I've ever seen. At that point,
like, Gremlins is it's a scary movie.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like,
and it's violence as well. That's the thing that gets me about it being PG. Is you've got the whole scene with the main character's mum as she's getting attacked by gremlins in her house, and she goes like fucking wild on them. You remember the scene in the kitchen? She's stabbing one to death with a butcher knife. Then she puts one in the microwave. She puts one in the blender, and there's just blood and gore spraying everywhere.
It's wonderful.
I guess they get away with it because it's not red blood, but still, I feel like the violence is still there. I feel like it should be M.
They rated it. Like, for some reason, like, censors and rating systems, like, they're so anal about it, especially in America, where like you can get away with showing some very horrendously violent stuff if you just change the blood.
Yeah.
Ignoring the fact that you just put a creature into a blender. Mm-hmm. When you think about it, like, a lot of people, even kids, to a certain extent, could enjoy the Lord of the Rings series.
Yeah.
But because the orc's blood is black, they can get away with doing some really horrendously violent shit in there. Same with Gremlins. It doesn't make sense in something like the Evil Dead movies, where it's like they already are rated, but it was just the studios and the rating system saying
back in the day,
going like, you gotta change that blood, it's too violent.
Yeah,
it's like,
back when like things like what's it called, The Exorcist got banned in so many countries. It's just ridiculous. Another thing, do you know the story about The Shining?
No, tell me.
You know how the classic scene, the elevator opens up, the blood pours out. To put that in the trailer, because they couldn't have blood in a trailer, Stanley Kubrick said that it was just water filled with rust. And it wasn't blood. And they were like, yeah, that's fine. And they let him put it in the trailer. Like, the system back then was just so fucking stupid.
Hearing that story, that's very... Stanley Kubrick in many ways is the biggest troll. Speaking of The Shining, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that set during Christmas, or is that just set during the winter?
It's just winter.
Just winter, okay. I was going to say, is The Shining technically a Christmas movie?
But on the topic of Batman Returns and Gremlins, just movies set at Christmas, my trifecta of movies that aren't really Christmas movies, but I will consider them Christmas movies and they're essential viewing every year, is Batman Returns, Gremlins, and of course Die Hard. And Die Hard is what many people would put on that list as a Christmas staple.
Oh, I would. I know Bruce Willis has come out and said no, it's not, but who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit? It's a great movie. We just want an excuse to watch Die Hard more.
Exactly. I only ever watch it one time a year, and that's around about Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay, can I tell you a real quick funny story?
Go for it.
About I bought Die Hard on Blu-ray.
Yes.
Sometime last year.
Okay.
No, the year before.
Right.
The year before, and I bought it at a JB Hi-Fi, and well, the annoying thing was when I took it home and I opened up, I was like, yes. Christmas Eve, come by, I'm going to watch Die Hard.
Yeah.
I look at it, I pull it out as I'm about to put it in, the magnetic lock hasn't been taken off.
Oh fuck!
And I
No.
like if you don't know, sometimes like a lot of DVD cases have like a little like little lock symbol, like a green one for open and a red one for closed or locked.
Yeah,
and
you use a little magnet to slide it unlocked.
To slide it unlocked.
To prevent stealing.
Prevent stealing. Fair enough. But there are home remedies to do that. But every time I try to get a magnet to do that, I end up just scratching the shit out of the case.
I think I've had to do that once, and I have successfully unlocked because I bought a DVD at Kmart years ago and had like a similar experience. But I feel your pain with that one. It's no good.
It's no good. And I end up going back to that JB Hi-Fi going, look, can you please like unlock it for me? And they said, we actually don't have a magnetic lock opener. And they said the one across the road does.
Oh my god.
No, so I had to go across the road, and they told them I was coming. Mm-hmm. But I went to lunch because I was hungry. And as soon as I got there, the people who were there waiting for me left. So I was there. I didn't have the receipt because I chucked it out.
Oh my god!
And I was like, "Can you please unlock this for me?" And they were like, "Who are you?" We don't think so. So they think
chuck out the receipt.
I chucked out the receipt because
I
didn't think I'd need it. And they end up unlocking it for me. And so I watched Die Hard like 3 weeks after Christmas.
Right.
To make up for it. Thanks, JB.
Oh, Jacob. Only you could have this problem.
I've had tremendously bad luck throughout a lot of things. It's thank God it's just little things, but little embarrassing things that just make me look like I'm more retarded than I actually am. You can testify to that this morning and last night, where I'm just bumbling for no particular reason, getting a Coke at a cinema, and I'm just...
You poured it everywhere. You got a frozen Coke. How'd you even do that? I looked away for a second, dude, and you've poured it all over all of the cups and shit. Okay, I put it down thinking because I wanted to grab like a lid. So when I put it down, like it was on, like it has like this little, especially when you go over those the machine, it has like a little grate, so some water runoff or Coke runoff can go down. I put it on the grate and like it just fell over. You put it just on the wrong angle, I guess.
The wrong angle. It was just a little too over, and it just went boosh like that.
And it tipped, of course, away from the wall and all over the floor and all over the place where you grab your cup. So just everyone else that wants to get a cup, there's frozen Coke all over it.
Well, beforehand, I went to one of the frozen Coke dispensers and it just gave me pure, like, liquid.
It gave you syrup.
It gave me syrup. And so then I went to the other one, I spill that, I refill it, and because I'm so angry with myself, I don't even put a lid on it. And the girl at the cash register was like, do you want to put a lid? And I was like, no, just give me the fucking... give me... I was like, give me the ticket. Let's go see the movie. She asked me, she was like, do you want a lid? I was like, no, I'm not giving you a fucking lid.
I didn't notice that.
You didn't hear it?
No.
Well.
Do you want a lid? No.
Oh no, it was painful.
Oh fuck! Oh my god. Well, we'll get to why we were at the cinema a bit later.
Yes.
But so yeah, those are some Christmas movies that aren't necessarily Christmas movies, but they're things that are good to watch. They've got a Christmas sort of feel to them.
Yeah, Die Hard is probably one of my favorite action movies of all time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
Peak action cinema.
Peak John McTiernan. Peak Willis.
Peak Willis.
Peak what's Hans Mole Man? Hans
Mole Man.
What's the actor's name again?
Hans Gruber is the character. Alan Rickman. Peak Hans Mole Man.
Now presenting man getting hit in the groin with football. Oh no.
But yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's Christmas is very central to the plot.
Yeah. Weirdly enough. Like, it could have been set any other time, but I think the fact that it's set at Christmas adds a little bit of charm to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It makes
you got scenes like now I have a machine gun, ho ho ho, and shit like that.
Yeah, it's like, if this was set during any time of the year, that would have just been
a generic. It was not generic. It's still a very good action movie, but I think it elevates it by being set at Christmas.
Yeah, it's weird because like Christmas is all about the wholesome, family-friendly cheer, and so the movie's got this hard-edged, fucking R-rated grittiness to it.
Yeah.
And then it just sort of ends with by the way, Merry Christmas. It's,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
sort of it's an extra level of like wholesomeness
Yeah.
that adds to it. That's what adds to the charm of it, I guess.
What
the
else?
juxtaposition
Yeah.
of the grittiness and the wholesome nature of Christmas.
What else? What are some other Christmas movies?
Well,
we like?
an actual Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I always watch National Lampoon's Vacation.
Christmas Vacation. I don't think
Vacation.
I've seen that. I've only seen the original Vacation and European Vacation.
European
Is
Vacation.
Christmas good?
Christmas is very good. I think it drags a little bit towards the end, and there's some moments I think are a little too eye roll.
There's that in all of them though.
There's that in all
Yeah.
of them. Yeah, it's but you know, there's definitely some very funny parts.
Mm-hmm.
It's they're weirdly sadistic. Like then like especially all of like National Lampoon's Vacation. Like especially
It's got a mean spirit to it.
very weirdly mean spirited. It's like it's not just like some family friendly comedy. There's always like this weird like the dad is constantly like going to play up on his wife, Chevy Chase's
Yeah,
character.
yeah.
There's always animal violence. It's like I laugh all the time every time I'm watching the first Vacation. The cop pulls them over, and Chevy Chase didn't realize he'd left the dog tied to the back of the car, and then just the cop and Chevy Chase is just crying and just like the poor dog. It's just so cruel. And same with this Christmas movie. There's just like a cat. I think a cat gets tangled up in Christmas lights, and they turn the light on, and it gets fucking fried. It's just yeah. The grandma.
Very sadistic street. Have you seen, going for a second away from Christmas, have you seen not the remake, but the reboot Vacation?
No.
Ed Helms?
Ed Helms, Christina Applegate. Is that a porn star's name?
No.
Is that her actual name?
I think that's a...
Okay.
Fucking hell,
I didn't want to throw in another Freudian slip like I did a while ago.
I think it's Christina Applegate. I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
Yes, Christina Applegate. Yes.
No, the porn star was Christina Applegate.
Applegate. Apple bottom jeans.
So you haven't seen that?
No.
Look, I avoided it like the plague for so long. Partially for good reason. There's a lot of it that's just so obvious and so unfunny. And then there's a few scenes that are really, really funny.
Is it mostly like a gross out comedy? Like
It really is. And it's like the most obvious humor sometimes. Like they go swimming in a lake, and yeah, they realize it's a sewer, and they're like drinking it, and then you see like shit floating past, and it's like so obvious. But there is a running character in the film you don't see till the very end. This is why I bring this up. There's a trucker who I think there's this stupid little kid that's their son that holds up a sign. It's like "kiss my ass" or something to this trucker, and the trucker like starts chasing them throughout the whole movie. And at the very end, he catches up to them. And guess who gets out of the fucking truck? It is Norman Reedus, Daryl Dixon himself. He climbs out of the truck. And the reason he's been following them the whole time is because he's a pedophile. And he wants to fuck the little kid. And I'm like, how did Norman Reedus agree to be in this movie?
You know, I said to you a while back. I might have said this to you a while back. It's like Norman Reedus needs to be in more shit.
No.
And now you've told me he's a pedophile in a fucking.
He has a cameo at the ending of Vacation where he's a pedophile.
That just reminded me of a movie I really want to watch called
About pedophiles?
about truckers, trucky pedophiles. I'm not sure if there's plenty of movies about there's American Beauty with Kevin Spacey, but
Where art imitates life.
Jesus. That's Hollywood for you. Yeah, no, Christmas Vacations. It's funny. I think it's I don't want to say it's highly relatable, but yeah, there's some relatable shit there. Especially if you have some people spend Christmas alone, but if you have like family over for Christmas all the fucking time,
Yeah.
that's a good movie too. It's because it's so mean spirited. It's not wholesome. Oh, the family's here together. It's like everyone hates each other, and that's weird. That's Christmas in a weird way.
Yeah.
It's like the Olympics, where all these countries who fucking hate each other have to put that aside for a greater good. and it's needed. It's needed. Everyone needs a good Christmas. Needs a Christmas tree, even if you fucking hate each other.
Another one, not on the same level of meanness, but has a little bit of tainted meanness to it, is one of my favorites. a lot of people will argue this is a terrible movie, but I love it to bits, is Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I've never seen.
You've never seen it?
But from what I can gather, it looks pretty cringy.
It's very, very funny. It's It's got my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger line of all time in it.
Put that cookie...
Put that cookie down! Now! It's like, it's full of shit like that. It's really funny.
Arnold Wolfcastle, or whatever his name was from The Simpsons. God, that is me. Yeah, it's
You've never seen it?
He fights a reindeer at some point, right? I'm pretty sure he fights a reindeer.
I think he fights like an army of Santas, like all of the mall Santas. They work in this one place and they get sent out to all the different places. He goes into this like warehouse filled with like mall Santas, and they all like beat the shit out of. It's got stuff like that. Like there's one other character, because the whole plot of the movie is he's trying to get a toy for his son for Christmas. Jake Lloyd, actually, his son.
Before Star Wars.
Yes.
And he's very bad. From what
he's fine. He's fine.
I've seen bits and pieces of this movie, I will admit, and from what I can tell, he struggles, poor kid. But that's Hollywood.
I've seen much worse child actors. Anyway, so the plot is him trying to get this toy for his kid. And there's another character who's like his nemesis throughout the movie. He's this mailman who's also trying to get the same toy for his kid. So they're fighting over trying to get it. And it keeps escalating and getting worse and worse to the point where like a whole shitload of like police show up while they're like fighting. And the mailman pulls a random package out of his bag, and he's like, "Stop, this is a bomb, I'm gonna fucking blow everyone up," so that he can escape. And he puts the bomb down and he runs out. And he's like running down the road, and then the fucking building explodes, and there was a bomb in the package. And he's like, "Man, people are messed up."
That's a good setup, really. I like that.
Like, I think it's much better than people say it is. Like, that's what I mean with it's got kind of like a mean vibe to it.
Yeah, I don't know. Just I guess from what I've seen, it just seemed like it's the mid to late 90s was really weird for Schwarzenegger. Mm-hmm. It's like they were trying to make him funny.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you reckon he is in that movie, or it's just?
I think he is.
I don't know. He probably just needed better scripts, because like then Kindergarten Cop is fine.
I think because it plays into Arnold Schwarzenegger going crazy.
Yeah. And
it's fun to watch him go crazy. It's funny to watch him go. "Ah!"
I like a good movie where it constantly gets worse, but not for any particular forced reason. It's just like a really shit day, which we'll get into in a bit. But yeah, like Jingle All the Way. Yeah, haven't seen it. Would you recommend?
Yes. What else have we got?
A really underrated children's movie.
Yeah.
Arthur Christmas. You heard of that?
I half watched it. Like, I watched the whole thing, but I was half paying attention, and I wasn't getting into it.
Sweet little movie. Mm-hmm. Would recommend.
Okay. What else have we got?
There's Arthur Christmas. Fucking.
A family favorite is The Grinch.
The Grinch. I used to be scared of The Grinch.
That's fair enough, actually. It's got some scary stuff.
He just looks... Yeah, he's got like Palpatine eyes.
Mm-hmm. At this point, I don't like the movie anymore. I used to like it as a kid. It's my mum's... I think it pretty much goes past favorite Christmas movie. I think it's like one of my mum's all-time favorite movies. So... You know, I always watch it with her every year because she likes it, but at this point, I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
That's just what happens when you watch something.
Who's from who? I've watched the animated version.
You did. You went to see the Illumination Grinch.
It wasn't that bad. It was
I refused to see it.
You refused to see it?
I refused to see it.
Look, it wasn't obnoxious or annoying. It was just there's a few. Yeah, it was just mostly like, okay, this is. It was serviceable, but like
fair enough.
I don't know. Since the movie scared me, if I'd find the Grinch just annoying, the Grinch Who Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey, or if it's just bad, or I don't know. Like it's like you said you liked it, right?
I liked it as a kid. Now it's lost its charm for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Because it's annoying, or just because it's just not good?
I don't know. A mix.
Because some people don't like Jim Carrey. I don't mind him.
I like Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
But that's another one where it's like the comedy feels like it's product of its time. Like Jim Carrey's humor doesn't really work that well today.
Yeah. No.
It's very 90s, early 2000s.
It's weird. Like, Jim Carrey is one of those people like Adam Sandler. He has like one or two. Like he has like I can count on my hand the movies like his actual comedies I could find funny.
Mm-hmm.
But everything he's been in that's been mostly dramatic.
Yeah.
Is great. Like it's Truman Show, wonderful movie.
Yeah.
With Jim Carrey. It's not a comedy. It's got funny moments, but
yeah. That's the thing that threw me off the first time I saw it. Is because I was led to believe it was a comedy.
Yeah. You saw Jim Carrey and you're like, oh, is this some dumb slapstick?
Oh, I got told it's like the funniest movie ever by people, and I was like, oh.
What? No. He's not. It's funny in parts, but
it's very good. Yeah.
Yeah. What other fucking Christmas movies are there? There's a lot. Die Hard 2. Is that set in Christmas again?
I think it is as well. They both are.
What do you think of the whole Die Hard franchise? I've only
trash.
Trash. Okay.
No, not really. I would happily watch 1 to 4. But
1 to 4.
A Good Day to Die Hard is awful.
I've seen 1 and 3. I haven't seen Die Hard 2 yet. I should.
What?
I haven't seen Die Hard 2 yet.
Oh, it's the same movie.
Oh yeah, from what I've heard.
It's the exact same movie, but in an airport instead of a building.
The only thing I've seen from it was on TV one night, and I don't know why, whenever there's a movie on TV, I'm just so non-committal.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's like, because there's so many movies playing at once, so you flick between the two.
Yeah.
But Die Hard 2 was on, and all I remember was Robert Patrick was in it. The guy who played the T-1000 in Terminator 2.
Yes, he is.
And that's all I remember.
Right.
That's all I got up to. I was like, oh, it's Robert Patrick. Change the channel. And he hasn't been in much, has he?
No, not really.
I saw him in an episode of CSI, but that was...
Oh, really?
Yeah, he played
I feel like I saw him in something recently, but I don't remember what it was.
Played a sex offender in that Have you seen this boy?
I'm trying to think of like peak Christmas movies, like ones that I love watching. The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Ooh, I used to watch that.
It's the best film version of The Christmas Carol. Jim Carrey's one, the animated one. It's good. It's a good adaptation of the story, but Muppets is just much more entertaining to watch. And in my head, Michael Caine is Scrooge. He's the perfect Scrooge.
He is in that movie, isn't he?
He is.
I used to have that videotaped, Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh yeah, I've got it on fucking Blu-ray.
I didn't see that. I used to... Yeah, Muppets Christmas Carol is good. I used to watch... Yeah, a lot of good TV show Christmas specials. Like, I think I'm going to make a tradition of watching Woodland Critters, the South Park one, every Christmas as well.
I told myself I would make a tradition to watch the Black Christmas special of Black Mirror every year. Or White Christmas?
White Christmas
Special of Black Mirror, because that's like my favorite episode of Black Mirror, and it's not a fun Christmas experience at all, but it's very, very good.
It's a good episode. Like, I miss old Black Mirror. I miss old Black Mirror. Like,
who's in that? Is Martin Freeman in? I know John Hamm's in that one.
No, it wasn't Martin Freeman. It was the guy. I know him. He's from the Cornetto trilogy. He played like one of the detectives in Hot Fuzz. He was
the guy that's like in Jurassic World Fallen.
Yeah, the bad guy from Jurassic World Fallen. The writer from Life of Pi. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Ray Spall or something.
Oh, is he one of those people who like he has Ralph as their first name, but it's pronounced Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I know who you're talking about, but Ray Winkle, whatever his name is. Good. He's good in that episode.
Yeah.
He's not good in much else, to be honest. But
yeah, Rafe Spall. Except it's not Ralph. It's literally Rafe.
Oh, Ruffy.
Rafe Spall. I can't believe I remembered that. What the fuck? Another one. So yeah, Muppets Christmas Carol is really up there for me. Another one is it's just left my head. One I actually didn't like as a kid, but I really appreciate now is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh, I'd absolutely have to watch that as well.
Oh, you've never seen that? The great thing about that is that basically any time between October and December is fair game for you to watch it because it's Halloween and Christmas. So it's
Thank you, Tim Burton, for making another confusing Christmas
nightmarish Christmas.
He didn't direct it, did he?
No, that's the thing that fucked me up. Is when I watched it this year, I had no idea.
I thought meth fucked you up.
It's called Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. And in fact, the whole reason that I got Coraline is it was advertising. It's the director of Nightmare Before Christmas. And I was like, oh yeah, Tim Burton. And it's not. And because I looked at the back and it said not directed by Tim Burton.
Coraline is next level fucking uncomfortable. It's like, oh, I don't want to revisit that.
So I'm looking at the back and I'm like, but what? Who the fuck is this guy? It says on the front, directed, like the director of Nightmare Before Christmas, but the back does not say Tim Burton's name on it. And then I look at the back of Nightmare Before Christmas, and it's like produced by Tim Burton and directed by some other guy.
It's weird like that. Like whenever you see like produced by, because like the producer's job basically is just to organize everything and finance it. But like sometimes like especially because they don't really necessarily write or direct.
Yeah.
But they can throw their
They can have a big involvement in it.
Like
And studios love to just have someone there to put the name on, even if they have not that much involvement.
We'll take Back to the Future in the movie Poltergeist. Seen Back to the Future, I haven't seen Poltergeist, but from what I've been told about Poltergeist is that it feels very Spielbergian because he produced it,
right?
And even in behind the scenes shoot of that, he's kind of co-directing it.
Yeah,
because at the time I think he was making E.T. You can see him on set like throwing ideas out,
right?
Because that's the kind of director he is. He's always like spitballing and throwing ideas out. Like to see like, wouldn't it be cool if the ghost came out of the TV or something, and the director's like, sure. Sure, Spielberg, what do you say?
A recent example would be Overlord, because Overlord's advertising everything in huge words, produced by J.J. Abrams, but not directed by him. Like the director, fuck his name, they just kept advertising J.J. Abrams.
Just some New Zealand guy, wasn't he?
Yeah. Which, you know what, fine, because we both fucking thoroughly enjoyed that movie. I don't think we talked about that one. We're not going to do it now, but
next Halloween.
I think we maybe in one of our deleted episodes.
Did we delete an episode?
We did. We had an episode at the start of the year where we talked all about the Oscars, and we just fucking got rid of it because it was not good.
Do you want to? Actually, no. The Oscars haven't been announced, have they?
No. But anyway, maybe we should watch Nightmare Before Christmas then. If you haven't seen it, it's.
See, I brought up a bunch of Halloween movies as well.
Our plan was to watch horror shit, and then time constraints have fucked our plans.
They have. Any other good Christmas? There's plenty, but like
there's heaps. Yeah.
I don't usually like. It's weird. I don't usually make a tradition out of watching Christmas movies. Like it's just if they're on TV, I'll watch them. But yeah, I think like the big three for me is Die Hard, National Lampoon, Vacation, Christmas, Chevy Chase. In theaters, and maybe Gremlins.
Yeah,
because Die Hard and Vacation are the ones I've always watched. The other ones are just I've watched once.
You know, another great one.
Jumanji.
Is it?
It's not a. It's 5 minutes of the end of the movie is set in Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they have Christmas at the very end of the movie.
Just to tie it in.
Love Actually.
Ah, yeah.
It's great. I'm looking up what holiday movies they have. Elf.
Oh yeah,
Elf. Wonderful. That's one of my favorites. I really like Elf.
I still haven't seen Elf.
What the fuck? No wonder you don't have a big like thing where you watch Christmas movies because you haven't seen all of the classics, man.
I don't know. Maybe it's because we were too busy eating as opposed to watching Christmas movies. I don't know. I think don't think it's that big of a tradition.
What do you think of the Polar Express?
Ooh. Oh, I thought you were going to say Polar, the Golden Compass. I don't know why I got those two movies confused.
Controversial opinion, I think, but I hate the Polar Express.
No, I don't like it either.
I think it's very boring and very creepy. Like, the animation is just very Uncanny Valley.
Thank you. I haven't seen it, but from what I have seen, I've seen half of it.
That's all I have to say about that. I don't even fucking remember what happened. I remember as a kid.
Does it get frustrating to hear that I've seen half a movie all the fucking time? Like it's like, I bet it was like, have you seen this? I've seen the first 10 minutes. It just like I don't know why I'd stop watching them. It's just like reasons. It's not that I've got like a fishbowl brain where I just like ADHD where I just can't sit down and watch a movie. It's like I don't know what circumstances have led to me not being able to watch a lot of movies just the whole way through.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's like if I sat down to watch a movie, I'll watch it through. But like I think a lot of these ones, it's just because they're on TV.
Yeah.
And we can't be fucked staying up watching the ads.
Fair enough.
Isn't one of the Harry Potter movies set around Christmas?
Most of them have a scene at Christmas.
They do.
He goes, he goes, Merry Christmas, Harry. And he goes, Merry Christmas, Ron.
Howie?
I've got presents.
Howie Ubu? Ubu?
Alright, we need to kick things up. So, we went to the movies today. This is probably going to be a short conversation because I don't think we really have much to say about this. But
we were originally going to watch a certain sci-fi fantasy film.
You may have heard of it. I don't know. It's kind of indie.
I heard J.J. Abrams was involved in it. Maybe it was a bit
probably producer or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's called The Rise of...
The rise
of Patches O'Houlihan.
The rise of disinterest.
The Rise of Patchy the Pirate.
Wasn't it? It didn't have something to do with like. Wasn't it some sort of like prostitute film? I heard it was called something Skankwanker.
The Rise of Dr. Doolittle.
Dr. Doolittle. Yeah, like I don't know. It's not important.
The Rise of ISIS.
The Rise of ISIS. They're killing everyone. Don't watch the news and then get fucked up in a nightclub. You're just throwing that out there.
We might have to tell this story on a future episode.
Yes, but just for future preference, don't watch depressing like news stories
and get really drunk.
And then get really drunk.
Interesting
in a
things
public
happen.
place.
Alright, so yeah, we were supposed to watch the new Star Wars movie, but Jacob's a punk bitch and already went and saw it, so I decided as punishment...
Don't put this on me.
As punishment, I decided we had to go see something far worse. So, potentially we might talk about Star Wars in the next episode. Depends if it takes us 5 months to release the next episode or not. But if we release episodes in a timely manner once more, then we'll talk about Rise of Skywalker soon. In the meantime, we went and saw The Queen's Corgi.
Bet you didn't see that coming, did you?
The Queen's Corgi.
Yeah. It was Oliver and Company.
The Queen's Corgi.
It was Oliver's and Company, like repackaged. I think it was a Czech film?
A Serbian film.
It was a Serbian film.
Yeah. I love the part where
they rape a baby.
Was brutally tortured. And
I love all that snuff film stuff. That's good to watch around Christmas with the family.
Yeah, so we saw The Queen's Corgi. It was fucking awful.
It was. Would
you say the worst movie you've seen this year? I would. Let me think about what I've seen this year.
It didn't make me angry. I didn't want to be there.
It didn't make me angry, but I don't think I've seen anything worse this year.
I think it was just like really.
The thing I had at the bottom of my list for this year was Glass, and this was much worse than Glass.
Oh, fuck Glass.
Glass was awful, but it was a serviceable movie. It just wasn't good.
This was kind of serviceable. Like I thought the reason why I didn't really hear much about it is because it was that bad and no one wanted to see it. Mm-hmm. Because in the advertising they have a lot of they had Trump in it.
Yeah, and I figured that was going to be a lot of the movie, and it wasn't.
It's not.
And I was kind of, because I thought it was going to be this awful, terrible thing, I was hoping for a lot more Donald Trump in there, just because I was like, that's what's going to make it so awful. I was hoping he was going to be a major part of it. He's all throughout the advertising, which is kind of the advertising's probably only the first 15 minutes of the movie, really. Yeah, it's really disingenuous, actually. I'm kind of that's the part that makes me angry. Yeah, we were promised bullshit. I was sold on this terrible movie and was given a different terrible movie, which was just more forgettable than the terrible movie I expected. Yeah, we were given just a very basic jailbreak movie. Yeah. Actually, I was bored. I was so bored the whole movie. It's almost it's almost several other dog movies put into one. Mm-hmm. It's like that. Beverly Hills Chihuahua. I've never seen that. That's pretty much the premise. It's a dog, I don't know if it's a celebrity, but Pampered. Dog of this rich, stupid bitch, and then it gets lost, and it has to try and find its way back home. Pretty much. And it's like, oh, don't you know who I am? I'm like the fucking coolest dog. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure that's also Snort's line of coke. That's Beverly Hills for you. I'm pretty sure that's also Oliver and Company, where it's like I've actually never heard of this. I don't know what this is.
Oh, I've been saying it.
You kept saying it, and I was just going along with it.
It's a Disney movie with I think Billy Joel did some songs.
With Billie Eilish.
This is the 80s. She's 18 now, by the way. I thought I'd let our fans know. To Drake, stay away.
In case Drake is listening.
In case
Drake, get some help.
Get some help. Leave Millie Bobby Brown alone. Please. She's been through a lot. She's had to fight demons and shit. And Godzilla. It's I think the first 15 minutes, like all the Trump puns and all that shit, like
Oh, I cringed so hard when they put they took away the pot of tea and put a Coke bottle there, and it said Covfefe on it, and I was like, holy shit.
Very outdated.
It's outdated probably before the movie was even conceived.
I don't get, like, also, like, weirdly enough, like, he's always, like, hugging people and, like, not hugging people, like, going
taking
for a
selfies. I've never seen him take a selfie in his life.
He's always on Twitter, but he's never taking selfies, and he's never yelling, I don't get it. Yeah, cheesesteak. My cheesesteaks are the best.
I think because people say cheese when they take a photo, but cheesesteaks like a Philly cheesesteak's an American thing.
Oh, yeah. They're playing up the American
It's not a good joke, though. There's nothing funny about him taking selfies with random people and saying, cheesesteak. I do. There was one part I thought was like, is when he was talking about, I think it was his trade deal line or something like that. No, it wasn't his trade deal line. It was, only want the best. I thought that was kind of funny. The rest was like, can I spoil the grab him by the pun? What did he say?
Oh, he said grab him by the puppy.
Did he really?
No, he said like go grab some puppy or something like that.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. There was only one bit in the whole movie that I found funny, and I've already forgotten what it was. The movie has immediately left my mind. Do you remember there was one bit that we both like got like a chuckle out of, and I already don't remember what it was.
Yeah. Well, speaking of weird, odd, inappropriate, like
the whole movie, it's completely inappropriate, I feel.
And it's weird too because like a lot of it is just generic children's
fluff,
film, children's fluff. But then again, they'll just throw in stuff like, you know, all of Trump's comments, and they'll throw in like weird sexual innuendos all the time. It's like it's like it's because usually a good kids film can appeal to both.
Yeah.
But this felt like it was like going to be two different movies. Like it was supposed to be just a generic dog movie.
Yeah, like Disney and Pixar, they throw in innuendos and stuff. Like Buzz when he sees
Jesse.
Buzz when he sees Jesse the first time, and his wings extend out.
His Woody extends.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit like that. Little sly, clever writing. But like, it felt like it was supposed to be a satire of, maybe possibly like a satire at some point. But they were like, nah, but keep the Trump stuff. And it's like, not that I'm defending Trump so much, it's just that it's dated and I don't care anymore. Mm-hmm. It's like
maybe 3 years ago this could have been it still would have been shit, but
yes. And the part when Melania says to the Queen, when she's like, what attracted me to him was his big hands, and it's like, fuck off. Just like, we get it, his big hands.
We get it, he has small hands.
Also, no disrespect to the Commonwealth, but I didn't give a fuck about the royals. So
my mum actually got really upset the other day because I said the same thing. I was like, who fucking cares? Like,
who cares about Queen?
I was saying pretty much, why do they need a royal family in this day and age? Because they don't mean anything. They're not the rulers of the country anymore. They're just people that we, for some reason, idolize.
Rich, yeah, just like
they're in the same way that we idolize fucking like Kim Kardashian and all this shit.
But pretty much,
because these people, they've done more than fucking Kim Kardashian.
Yes.
They're not like fucking nobodies, but they don't really run the country.
Yeah, they're basically, in a weird way, like just representatives and diplomats. They don't really. They might have a say to a certain extent, but it's like, I don't know.
And the fact that people get so excited every time there's new photos of Prince fucking whoever out in public with his baby, and I'm like, why do you care? And people get so excited about the new royal baby and things like that.
Which is why, like, when you said let's go watch the Queen's Corgi, when I first heard about the Queen's Corgi, I was like, oh, you're making a movie about the royal family?
Yeah.
Kids don't care. I don't care. But then when I saw all the Trump bullshit, I was like, this is potential cringe. And it was. And the rest of the movie...
I feel it appeals to nobody.
Yeah, who is its target demographic?
Because kids don't care about Trump. Politics, who fucking knows if you're a kid?
And really, like, I don't want to say they should stay away, but like, they have a very surface level understanding of it. So, yeah, this appeals to little kids.
Yeah.
But then you're throwing in like anal jokes, Fight Club references. The Fight Club shit annoyed me.
Yeah. It was an extended. It wasn't.
And of course, they got a Staffordshire pit bull terrier as the fight dog. Well, yeah, makes sense because they're fighting dogs.
Yeah, they had like.
He looked like Moto.
Like sexual abuse stuff. They had drug jokes. Like.
Yep.
It just kept going. It was like.
Honestly, do you know what I thought was going to happen? There's a character in the film, like this is when it becomes generic. Is that like the main character falls in love with female dog who's with a bad partner, a bad abusive partner.
Yeah,
and I thought she was going to fuck him over in the end.
Well, yeah,
I thought that's where it was going.
Like the second she saw that he was actually the Queen's corgi, she just was like, "Oh, I've been in love with you the whole time," and I thought she was playing.
I thought she was playing. Yeah, same.
So really, she's just a piece of shit. That
I thought she was hoeing. I thought she was like,
yeah. I guess that's legit what she was doing though, because to my understanding, she didn't give a shit until she saw that he was the Queen's corgi, and then she started cuddling up to him, and then. But there was no thing where she was playing him. She just was a fucking gold digger. It was crazy.
And she seemed to hate him at first.
Yeah.
Like she was like, she was like, oh, you're rich, and she's like, she's coming up to him. It's like it was very obvious that like she just wanted to get out of there. And I thought that they were going to do something with that. I was like, oh, that could be interesting to maybe take this movie. Like, hey kids, beware of gold diggers.
It had no real message, no real anything to it.
No.
It was just it felt like it was just made for money.
Yeah.
I would say.
I feel like it was probably made. Yeah, it was probably just made, and then they said, "Here, it's getting a theatrical release." What? And then, so they're like, "Well, we got no way to market this film. It's just another generic dog movie."
Yeah.
It feels like it should have been. I said to you, I feel like it should have been just straight to DVD.
Absolutely.
But yeah, they were probably like, "Oh, how do we market this? We have Trump in it. Make him central part of people like Trump. If we make it some mildly political, I guess people will be interested and people will talk about it." So yeah, there's this sly marketing campaign because he's in the posters, isn't he? In all the.
I don't know about that.
I think
but it sucked.
Yeah.
Very bad. Don't go see it.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Enjoy the Queen's Court. We were actually going to go see the Playmobil movie as well.
Yeah, we had 3 options available. We had Playing with Fire starring John Cena, Playmobil the movie, or
Playing with the Queen's Corgi.
Or the Queen's Corgi. And we decided, well, after 30 seconds of research, I found that the Queen's Corgi had the worst rating on Rotten Tomatoes, so I decided that should be the one we go see. If we're going to go see some garbage, let's do it right.
See, that's the annoying thing about that is that it wasn't hot garbage.
That's the thing. It was just it's just the kind of garbage where you just don't want to be there. You're like, I could be doing anything else.
Yeah.
There's something that's just like so bad that we can have a lot more to talk about.
It's not a disaster.
Not like so bad that it's good, but just so bad that it's so bad, and then that will give us fuel to the fire to complain about. But this was just nothing.
We couldn't even get that.
No.
We couldn't even. Yeah, Queen's Corgi. Don't look at it.
Don't go see it.
Keep your eyes shut, Marion. Like
there's better things to see this Christmas period. Go see
Die Hard. Go see Batman Returns. Go see
Cats in cinemas Boxing Day in Australia. That was the other thing. We wanted to go see Cats, but Cats isn't out yet. Fuck.
I might do a double feature. Go see 1917, then see Cats. Both will trigger some sort of PTSD in us. I'll cry both times. Do you want to do a quick best of the year, maybe a top 10?
Okay, a top 10. Oh fuck, I couldn't off the top of my head.
Oh, okay. Or just like maybe list off a few.
I don't know. There's like I was saying to you earlier. There's quite a few of the big hitters that people are saying like the best shit of the year. You and I haven't seen yet. So I guess if there's something that you've seen that you think's really good that we haven't mentioned, perhaps we haven't seen it yet. Because there's a few things in Australia that have been doing the rounds in America that haven't even come out yet.
Yeah.
So audience, we haven't seen Parasite, we haven't seen The Lighthouse, we haven't seen Jojo Rabbit, but let's go. Things we really liked this year.
The Irishman was pretty good. Good.
Haven't seen yet.
You have not seen yet?
No.
Good Martin Scorsese movie. It's the most like, again, I think he's like, it doesn't have the energy of like some of his earlier stuff, and like it's much more like slow and methodical. But like, yeah, it's a interesting little take on. It was actually really sad.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, it was like this. It was basically about this gangster and all the decisions he made. It was actually the last 10, maybe half an hour of the movie is probably
the last 10 half hours.
10
of
half
the movie.
hours. Yes.
It is a long movie.
the last 300 TikToks of the movie were pretty. It was surprisingly methodical and emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And tense. Like, it's a very funny movie as well. But yeah, I'd recommend if you have an inkling of patience. There's a point in the movie where you could probably switch it off halfway through and then come back to it.
Okay.
It's easy to. But yeah, Irishman, good. Check it out. Not Scorsese's best, but yeah, good. Check it out. De-aging was a bit fucking weird, but like, yeah, other than that, it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one scene where I don't know, he's beating up someone. It looks pretty kind of corny and fake, but that's it.
All right, let's kind of quick fire. Movie we talked about earlier in the year, Rocket Man. We both really liked.
Great movie.
What else we got? John Wick Chapter 3.
Yeah,
fantastic.
I liked it more than John Wick 2.
Mm-hmm.
John Wick 2, I thought like when it introduced the whole world of bounty hunters or whatever the fuck they are.
Yeah. You weren't really sold on it.
I wasn't really sold on it. I think because they just sort of went with it.
Yeah.
I accepted it a bit more, but like I think there was much more.
It was much more action oriented, but they really like upped all of the action in it.
Yeah, it was basically in a weird way. It's kind of like the American Mad Max in a weird way. Where it's like each film progressively.
You got to escalate it.
You got to escalate it. Yeah.
That's what the audience want. They want bigger, scarier, more teeth.
Exactly. I saw Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom this year. I saw that a lot.
What else have we got? Endgame, of course. Everybody.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Endgame.
No, we touched on it after our hiatus ended.
Yeah.
Halfway through the year, but it was very good.
It was good. It was okay.
It was okay.
It wasn't the best of the year.
No, but it was very good.
It was very good.
You got to touch on it. It's the biggest thing that came out this year.
Okay, yeah.
The highest grossing film of all time now.
Spider-Man was good.
Spider-Man was good.
Marriage Story. I saw that on Netflix as well.
Haven't seen.
Beautiful little cute movie. Everyone's memeing the argument, the big breakdown argument scene. Initially, because I thought like people were saying that this is. I think they're critiquing the acting, but it's the best out of context. It seems very odd.
Mm-hmm. But it's probably the best scene in the movie.
It was one of the best scenes in the movie. It's like, yeah. You can take anything out of context. And it seems shitty.
What else did we get this year? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Last episode we spent a good chunk talking about. It was very good.
How about another joke?
Joker, yes. Which we very sadly did not talk about this year. And unfortunately we don't have the time to get really into it. But my favourite movie of the year that I've seen.
Not my favourite, but yeah, I know I did. I was surprised at how fucking much I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was, I get all the Scorsese influences can be a bit, but it's
very, very clear. Its very influences,
clear. But it's just good to see a $20 million movie. It was only
$20 million.
It was barely even that.
Oh fuck! Yes.
Yeah, it's
make $1 billion. That's wonderful.
Yeah, like congrats to it.
Yeah.
Congrats! It's still in theaters.
It's still we didn't realize, but we saw this morning. Last night. Not just in theaters, Jacob. Event Cinema. It's in 10 cinemas alone in New South Wales, just at Event Cinemas. Like it's still big. It's not like it's just playing in a couple of like ones. It's still fucking big, which is very good.
That surprises me too.
I know.
It's like I honestly
that's Avengers movie level.
Yeah.
Sticking in cinemas.
Well, it's weird because I thought like considering the movie is it's not like Irishman slow, but it takes its time. It builds up.
Yeah.
I thought like it would never get that much money. It might be partly because it's Batman related.
Yeah. And the fact that it's very, very dark and violent, like it's an adult movie, which limits its audience because you can't have the kiddies go see it. But well done.
Yeah, well done. Very sympathetic take on the on the Joker. It's like a wonderful performances, great ending.
Yeah. What else did we talk about this year? So we watched
Stinky Pete.
Yeah, we talked about Toy Story, we had The Lion King and Aladdin and all this fucking garbage.
But we're not going to talk about that garbage.
We went and saw Crawl. We had fun with that one.
Merry Christmas.
Not best of the year, but like it was fun. It was fun. So as the year draws to a close, this is
yeah, but I've got no more of the best.
Yeah, this is
bizarre.
This is us.
Yeah, a very bizarre year.
Thank you for tuning in with our very sporadic schedule.
Yep. Thank you for putting up with us for however long it's been. If only you could see my forehead.
It's fucking hot in this room.
Dude, yeah, it's I'm on the verge of collapse.
Yeah, so we're gonna go have a cold shower together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna wash the places that Lachlan can't reach.
Thank you.
Maybe give him a lick.
I have trouble with that, so much appreciated.
Much appreciated.
But this has been Discheads for 2019, and we'll see you guys next year.
Signing off, and
see you guys next decade.
Kofefe.